Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the KeithAndrewNetWork. Today, we have a very special guest, and this guest has won 28 awards. You're an actor, you're a director, and you are also a founder and creator of your own company. So many great things we want to talk about. First thing I want to talk to you about is the big elephant in the room. 28 awards. What can you tell us about those?
Well, actually, that's for a small project that's called More, More, More. Of course, it's available to see on IMDb. We don't have, it's not available completely yet because we're trying to actually, this is a pilot episode of an 8 episode arc for a television show. So we are looking at really trying to expand this, but it's really exciting because I'll give you a little backstory on this. So my writer, who is a friend of mine, Joel, is based out of Alberta, Canada, and we were doing a class. I usually go to class 5 nights a week, at least on Zoom, if not in person, acting classes. We were in a class August 1st when the casting director who was guest hosting had anybody had any questions. And so the question came up from Joel is, I'm really concerned with the way things are supposed to do. What am I supposed to write about in Hollywood? And off the cuff, kind of jokingly, because of a lot of the gratuitous male paraphernalia that's being seen on cable television nowadays, which by many, I could name off all of them. Actually, we name them off in the series. He had said, why don't you write about gratuitous penis? One thing led to another. My writing partner wrote a short scene in 90 seconds, immediately sent it to me. I read it. I was laughing my butt off. I decided that Sunday we were going to produce that skit. So we produced that skit, which is available on Vimeo. We did that, started showing it around. People are dying laughing. They're like, dude, man, you've got something here. And I'm like, okay. So then we started to produce the half-hour comedy, which is what we have today, which is More, More, More. We did this all within less than 4 months, completely edited and done. Our first festival was November 12th. And that was the Culver City Film Festival. And my first award was for Best Actor out of 112 short films, TV pilots, so on and so forth. And the ball's just been rolling ever since. I'm ecstatic, and thank you for allowing me to share that moment. It's been an exciting run.
No, absolutely. So what was it like when you first got that award? And because you got 28 of them, it was like the first
Well,
one. I know the first one's very special, but
it was actually kind of funny because it was at a time. Okay, so that festival runs 2 weeks in length. They have over 200 plus films that they show at the Culver City Festival throughout the 2 weeks. And then what they did is they had this big party at the end. And I wasn't even going to go. I'm like, yeah, but it's networking like we're doing now. It's networking. Okay. So we, we, I've had one libation, maybe one too many. Because I'm like, this little thing's we're going against projects that people have literally spent years working on from the ground up to get this project off the ground, right? I'm thinking to myself, this is this little engine that could, no budget, low budget. I put everything together, I edited, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they're going through the list, everybody, all of a sudden they say, best actor in a short film. And then they say Brad Banacka. And I'm like, I'm just drinking. And my buddy Randy and my who also is in the short pilot, he's like, Brad, I think they said your name. And I'm like, well, no. So we went back to drinking again. Calls out my name again. And I'm just stopping and I'm looking and I said, well, I thought I saw Brad here. And then it was just a complete deer in the headlight looks. I was like flabbergasted. It's just to be put in that caliber, it blew me away. Then I realized I had something we had, at least as a crew and a team, we had something special. I don't want to say I want to say we. So absolutely.
No, I agree with you. And I have some great ideas, so would love to talk to you about off the air.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
next one I want to ask you is what attracted you? Sorry, brain fart. What attracted you to begin your career as hand of the show disabilities? So let me do that again. Sometimes I have to get out of my own way. What
You're
attracted
fine. You're absolutely fine. Go ahead.
what attracted you to begin your career as a professional actor and a director?
Well, that takes us all the way back to I think it was third grade. When I first started, I started singing with and it was my teacher, Mrs. Horine. It was in South Bend, Indiana, and it was during chorus class, and then we were going to state. And I did Chim Chimney from Mary Poppins and won a gold medal. And then we won a gold medal for the chorus it was Walt Disney Elementary School out of Mishawaka, Indiana, and was so proud of that. And then the next thing I know, I'm auditioning for the school play for the musical, and one thing's led to another for the past 40 some, yeah, I'd say almost 40 some years. I've been in some capacity in the arts, and that is I own my own DJ karaoke company for about 15 years. I did all community theater, and then of course 10 plus years ago, I moved to California to chase my dream in the film and television market. So
For people who have disabilities who want to follow in your footsteps, and you have 28 awards, so that's a great accomplishment, number one. But for anyone who wants to follow in your footsteps, have you worked with people with disabilities, number one? And what are some of the words of wisdom you will give to them?
well, I think my biggest thing is my daughter. My daughter was born 2 months premature, and so she was a catalyst of she has she's partly deaf. She's had that disability. She was ADHD. She was also born with alcohol syndrome. So having to deal with that as a child, what I did was I actually tried to put her into acting too, but then also what I did was try to find what best suited her, including her disabilities. Coming to find out, she's actually a fantastic artist. She loves to draw, and she does scapes, and she does the what are those, the anime characters, and she does all the, and over the years I've let her grow and continue to grow on that, because it's like you find that outlet, you just take it and run with it. Acting is just the same. Okay, I'm gonna squash the word acting. I'm gonna squash the word actor. Okay, in this industry, people are taught to be outrageous and over the top. Actual actors have had to learn how not to act, to live moment to moment in the situation that you have. It has nothing to do with the lines. And forgive me, all of you writers out there, it has to do with the lines, but it has more to do with the subtext of the moment and the emotion that you're feeling when you're expressing those lines. So to me, I've always said it doesn't matter your capabilities or incapabilities. Everybody's capable of being able to do this. It's just being able to show them and coach them into going, hey, you don't need to actually act, just be yourself. Give me your moments. And that's what's really actually gotten us our rewards and more. As a director, that's literally what I did with every one of my cast members. I would sit them down and because they're like, oh, it's a comedy, we have to. And I said, no, the words are going to make it funny. The situation makes it even funnier. Now I just want you to be you. Talk to me. And that's what transpired. And once people understand that as an actor, even as a director, as a writer, it makes life so much simpler for them. And I would say anybody, no matter who you are, what kind of position in life that you've had, always follow your dreams and have no regrets.
Well, let me ask you, what we're doing right now, do you think that I could be an actor?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about training. It's all about studying. It's all about learning, and it's all about emotional moments. Can you get angry?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you be sad? Can you be happy? See? Right there. Right now, we're even having a moment here. Hey, you know what? Let's try something. We're going to have a little fun. You want to have a little fun?
Sure.
But do a little bit of improv. Okay? So, you're my brother. Okay? You stole 20 bucks from my wallet. Right?
Right.
You don't want me to know, but I know. So now you have to come up. I want you to come up with any type of excuse, any type. Watch my facial, react off of how you feel that I am, and we'll just do a little snippet back and forth. Let's have some fun.
All right. Well, I never done it before. I can give it a
There we
try.
go. That's what I'm saying. It's really easy, and just be yourself. Just remember, you took the money, but you don't want me to know that. And do what you can to get out of not telling me that I have the money. I mean, this is an improv play.
Right.
Okay, so there's no right or wrong, but just to show you that this is all that acting is working off of the moments between the two of us. So you ready?
Right. I know I'm
Okay.
probably got to butcher it, but give it a try.
Here we go. I'll start it for you. Okay.
All right.
Hey Keith. So I had 40 bucks in my wallet yesterday. I'm just kind of wondering. Now there's only 20. Did you take it?
Me? Why would I do that? I have my 20 on my own. Wait, are you saying that somehow your $20 magically appeared in my wallet?
I never thought of it that way. I mean, you do have the Harry Potter wand. Did you do a trick? Did you do a something to move it from one place to the next?
Nah, personally, I'm more of a Dragon Ball. I always follow as Harry get off the Potter. Maybe Harry Potter teleported himself in.
Nah, you took it. Just admit it.
Do you have proof?
No, but you're the only other person that's been in this house.
True. But we also have a cat and dog.
So now you're going to put it on the dog. See, I know you're fibbing because you're smiling. I know that look when you can't tell the truth. Just give me my 20 bucks back, okay?
All right.
And see, it was just as easy as just having a conversation. You see what I mean? And then pulling off of you that you couldn't help smiling about it because it's a lie anyways, and just reading that moment. That's all the acting really is. It isn't really you have to stretch out and be this or do that. Just be you and have fun. So what'd you think?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I tried to, like I said, I knew I was going to butcher it, but for me, and you may or may not know this, but maybe you do. Jackie Chan doesn't read a script, so he
Correct.
improvs.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, because I'm not really dyslexic, because I read and learn at a fifth grade high school level, and I fall under the spectrum being retarded. What I'm really good at is, okay, to be honest, pulling shit out of my ass.
Yep.
I have diarrhea of the mouth. So what I'm really good at is if I watch the situation, I can improv on it. I can
Right.
be myself. If I'm trying to read a script, someone's off to say, okay, here's the line, then it's got to be premeditated. But if you're being real and you're saying this is how it is, then the audience will connect with that, if it makes
Right.
any sense.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. And the biggest thing, there are writers out there that are like, you have to say my words line perfect. In comedy, there's a reason behind it because you have the threes, right? And there's a tempo and there is a methodicism to that that gets the joke, right? So yes, but there's also a way, like you do with Curb Your Enthusiasm, some of the stuff that I do work with, just like we did, that was improv, where we have a scene, I have a beginning and an end. We're going to start here, we're going to finish here. You finish happy, and here's another thing about being an actor in a scene. Your best scenes are you finish it at one point, you come in another. So if you're happy, you're coming out sad, or you're coming out mad. Or if you're mad or sad, you leave happy. And then that's your arc through a scene, right? A 3-act play. So that's it. You did fantastic. Yes, I would say I would bring you in. I'll find something for you. I'll put you on. I'll put you on camera, man. Don't worry.
No, I appreciate that. Actually, one thing I do want to plug is January 10th. It's my 10-year anniversary. If you're ever in the New York area, I would love to have you attend if that's a possibility.
Oh, absolutely. Would love to. Send me the deets on that for sure.
No,
For sure.
absolutely. And actually, we're going to have some fun with this. So I'm going to ask you some more acting questions, but I want you to be in the driver's seat. But the last question I want to ask you, obviously, this show is now I'm 35, and this really makes me old. Let's add $1 for every time I said that. You know, Friends was doing the booper. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You're fine. I'm just laughing. You said 35. I turned 53. So you just transpose the numbers this year, and we're the same age.
Uh, yeah, but you look good for your age.
Thank you.
It's just a number. My brother actually turned 50 and was having like a mental breakdown. I'm like, it's just a number.
That's right.
Get over it. Oh, you don't understand. I've got to shave. I use it for an example. I've got to shave my head. I'm going to rip my hair out of my head. I'm going to go crazy. It's just a number.
That's right. That's right. Live your life to the best that you can and just enjoy what we have. We're on this planet so little time. Just have no regrets and enjoy yourself. So sorry about that. Let's get back to that question. Here we go.
No, absolutely. So the question I want to ask you is how hard is it to not look at the camera? Because right now I'm staring at you and I'm not avoiding at the camera. If I stare at the camera, I'd be
Right.
like
Well,
that, and that's not good acting.
well, it now see that's a differential. If you're breaking, that's called the fourth wall.
Yeah.
So, like I'm talking to you and I'm talking to the audience. If I look too much to the off, I'm trying to connect with the audience themselves. So, yeah, I'm looking literally at the camera here. A lot of times when newbies, you have to watch it, and there's a terminology for it. It's called spiking the camera. And people don't mean to do it, but when they're new at it, you'll see them and they'll be like talking. Here's my character, and I'm talking. Then they'll, oh, sorry, right? And then that cut's no good. But unless you're doing a fourth wall break, which is then here, I'm talking to you, and then all of a sudden I'm talking to the audience. Oh, and by the way, right? So yeah, I've seen a lot of them where you get a really good scene and it ends up not being unusable because somebody does spike the camera on a new. But once you're seasoned on that, it's the camera's just a separate entity. All you do is basically come in as an actor and go, where's my camera? Okay. Where's my space? Am I cowboy? Am I mid shot? Am I close up? Where do I need to go and know what I need to do? Because then you're also spending the time working with your partner. So if say the camera's on this side, okay, you're talking to your partner this way, you're going to actually look with this outside eye to their outside eye. And do you know the reason why we do that?
No.
So what it does is the camera's coming this way, so you're focused this way. You're looking this way. If I turn my head just a little bit to look at that outside eye, I've now brought my face a lot more fuller to the camera. So again, because if you're actually doing a side, you don't get a lot of the camera on the person itself. And so you lose all that beautiful moments in facial, the eyes and all that. So you're always trying to cheat yourself just enough so that you at least get a 3/4 on camera, and it makes it beautiful.
Well, for an example, how I'm sitting right now for the camera view. What
You're
if
perfect.
somebody?
You're perfect right now. Absolutely perfect. Even looking at me, and you're looking at me off the side on your screen, you're looking perfect. You look like you're talking to somebody off camera on your side right there, and you have full facial. You have more of the ear on the one side than you do the other, but that is absolutely fine. That is camera ready right there, bro. You are on it.
No, absolutely. So now you directed so many parts and scenes in your career. I don't know if you want me to ask you this, even Big Bang Theory, the eating parts. I know you're not really supposed to eat. What is the rule about that? Are you supposed to eat or are you not supposed to eat? Because you're sitting down, it looks like you're
No,
eating
no, no,
and
no, 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 no. Okay, so I'm not what you would call a method actor, but I am a Meisner study. However, if you're supposed to eat a piece of steak, you eat a piece of steak. You trim it small, and you eat what you have. Funny story is we shot. Okay, so I was UPM and I was a supporting actor on the film Angels Never Cry in Iceland. We shot that film for 31 days in the beautiful country of Iceland. One of the last, I'm laughing about this now. So I would go when I wasn't on set, I was actually going and grabbing, I was trying to be a PA and do everything that I could to help her out. So it was like, oh, we need a TV dinner for one of our scenes. So I went out and bought, all we could find were two TV dinners. Sat it down, and the main character was sitting there eating it, which you need to eat. I'm sorry, because you can't fake. You really can't fake chewing. It's nice, whatever, but you do it in little chunks, and then you do it enough that if you've got enough of a back, you will be able to, look like you have a full plate if it's in a wider scene. So this is the funny part. The guy was literally, it was like meatballs or something. He was literally taking the full meatball and chopping it away. And this was not 2 takes. This was like 15 takes. And it literally, we got to the point going to him going, man, we've got to make them small enough so it looks like you're chewing it, and you're doing, because it's all the art of doing. So you're cutting. We want you cutting while you're talking. He said, but we've only got 2 of these, and you decimated the first one in the first 3 takes. So we had to. So yes, you should eat, but then you want to eat to a very minimum. We've had friends where they've done the pizza, and then they're eating all this pizza, and then by the end of the day, by lunchtime, they're sick to their stomach because they ate so much pizza. But no, yes, and drinking. I always recommend that you do have something, not alcohol, but have something in there so you have that feel of the truth, right? So just like my coffee cup, you drink it down there, it's real. Otherwise I could have went, well, it doesn't look real.
right.
So absolutely.
Now,
Don't get me going. I'll get on a roll, man. I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. I want you to enjoy yourself. What is the funniest story you ever? Well, I was to say prank, but what is the most funniest story / prank you ever did, but you didn't mean it at the time, but looking back was actually really funny?
Oh, wow.
If you want, I can give you an example.
Yeah.
I used to work over at Walmart, and there was a time where I had the flu, and I had the stomach bug. So they're like, "Oh, you have to call in. You called out 2 days. We need you in, even if you throw up. Just throw up in the bathroom. Let you work it off. But we need you to come in at least for a couple hours." So I was there, called the manager over, pressed the button, and I was like, "I need you to take over. I'm gonna be sick." So I'm walking like halfway through. I'm like, and there just happened to be a black gentleman who walked behind me. Now I wasn't paying attention to him. All I had in my mind was make it either to the stall or the sink. I can clean it up later. Stall was in use. I looked over quickly at the sink. They were standing at the sink. And the only thing was available was the toilet. I mean, the garbage can. So as soon as I walked in, I turned in the garbage. His exact words was, "I don't have fucking time for this." And I said, "What the fuck? I don't have fucking time for this." He walked out. He said something like that. Oh no, I take that back. His exact words was, "Oh fuck this." He walked out. His wife said, "I thought you were using the bathroom. You have some crazy ass employee throwing up the fucking garbage can. I can hold it till we get home." Nasty ass place was this.
All right, I got one, and it's not in the acting realm. So I'm also, like you said, I have Brad B Entertainment, but I also have I'm a roof consultant by trade, which I own my own company for, which is I've been a roofer for 46 years. 40 no wait 40 no 40 no 36 years. Sorry, wow, I added 10 on that one. But it's just been a long time. Wait, I've been a roofer longer than you've been alive. See that you're not even there. Okay, so what we used to do with the new guys, and they did it to me when I first started, is you get up on a roof and we've got these single ply pliable sheets, but they don't stretch. They kind of stretch it, but they don't stretch. But it's called single ply roofing. We would send new guys that came up on the roof to go look for the single ply stretcher. We call it the rubber stretcher or the thermoplastic stretcher. And we tell them, hey, it's this big thing, go down in the back of the truck. And what we're going to do is we're going to run out of material. So we need to stretch this material out. You'd let them go for about an hour. And they'd look, then they'd finally come up and then they'd go, I really tried, but I couldn't find it. There's no such thing as a stretcher. So we didn't. And I've probably done that to 50 to 100 guys over the years. So that's probably one of my most favorite funnies.
But I do apologize. What he actually said was, "Oh hell no, I don't have time for this."
But that's hilarious too. I gotta give you that one. I gotta give that one.
Yeah, I was embarrassed to see because he came out, and at the same time he came out, the manager was like, "Yeah, you have some employee thrown up in the garbage can. Oh, this place is disgusting."
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
But I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But wrapping up, where are you heading to next, and how can our fans and listeners get in touch with you?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Like I said, I just finished up shooting a short film where I help the director. I also do consulting for actors and training and all of that to help them get out of their headspace and just be able to be them. But we did a short called Consequence that we'll be doing a trailer for shortly, and it should be going to festivals probably within the next month or so. We're hoping, fingers crossed. Everything's me, Brad Banacka. You put it in BradBanacka, and I'll pop up on Google for everything. That's my Instagram handle at Brad Banacka. My Facebook actor page is at Brad Banacka. I think my Twitter's at bbanacka, but it also could be at Brad Banacka. Try to keep it all within my webpage is www.bradbanacka.com.
Having you as a guest, and until we meet again, catch you later. Thank you, and have a good night.